Welcome to update 1.48 of Gran Turismo 7. Today we're going to be going over all the things that are coming with the update, including the brand new cars and, most importantly, the BOP changes and the car changes to the GT3s and the GT4s. Now, the new cars are the Audi TTS Coupe 09, the Lanza Evolution 06, and the R4 GTL 85. They're all available to purchase in the used car dealership. It's not a bad bunch of cars, I have to say. I mean, I love the Evo. This is probably my favourite Evo of all time. The TT, I can give or take. Nice looking car. And the R4, well, if they let you do an engine swap on this thing, it could be pretty fun. There's been updates to new events of World Circuits, the Japanese Clubman Cup, and the WeatherTech Raceway Laguna Seca for the Sunday Cup Classic and the European Clubman Cup 600. You are now able to visit Bulgari in a racing game, which I'm sure people are absolutely delighted for. New cafe menus. The Lamborghini, which is for collector level 43 and above. We have new car designers for anyone interested in that. New characters for Merc and Mazda. And in the GT Auto, there is engine swaps, which are unlocked at collector level 50. Nissan GTR Premium, the Suzuki Jimny, oh, that's happening, and the Toyota GR Corolla, the Sprinter, and the Supra are all available for engine swaps. There are new scapes, and there's also other improvements and adjustments on the cars. So the text to indicate a car's aspiration type has been adjusted, as you can see. Legend cars have had their price revised. World Circuits have changed the day that weekly challenges are updated to Friday. An adjustment to drift trials and time trials can be entered even if performance points cannot be calculated. And last but not least, the multiplayer split screen race fixed an issue where the race display would disappear during a pit stop. And for the all-important BOP changes, starting with the GT4s, the Alfa Romeo 155 has had a PP added on of 0.72 and a weight reduction of minus 10 kilograms. The Aston Martin Vantage has had a PP added of 1.61, a max power improvement of 4. It's had no weight reduction, but with that added power potentially, the Aston could be one to watch. The Audi TT has gained 1.44 pp and gained over the max power. It hasn't had a weight reduction, but that surely should make the Audi TT a little bit more of a potential in the GT4 races. The Corvette has had a 1.72 adjustment to its PP. It's had a touch of max power as well as weight to power ratio. It's a minus 0.047. The Mustang has had an improvement of 1.51 on its PP. Unfortunately, no weight reduction, but across the scale, it's had a max power. Still don't think it'll be something that's competitive along the GT4 rails, but it's nice to see that they've changed a car that probably wouldn't get that much use. The Genesis G70 GT4 has had a PP improvement of 1.57. It hasn't had a weight reduction, but again, something that's had a little bit more power, only a slight amount of power. I don't think it's going to be something that's going to be competitive within GT4, but again, it's nice to see they've changed something on it. The Lamborghini Huracan has had a PP improvement of 0.81. It's also had a weight reduction, a minus 7, potentially a competitive Lamborghini in GT4. The Evo has had a PP improvement of 0.11 and also a weight reduction of minus 3. It's going to make it a little bit more competitive, but whether or not it will be able to compete with the likes of maybe the TT, which I think might be the new favourite for GT4, I'm not too sure. The Nissan GTR has had a PP improvement of 1.22, an overall power adjustment slightly, but then they've added 5 kilograms onto weight. It's still got a good PP overall, but BOP applied, I'm not quite sure. They kind of added a little bit of PP to it, but then just added a load of weight. I mean, it's not as if it was competitive previously anyway. Potentially a good improvement for the Cayman. It's had a 1.67 pp improvement. No weight reduction, but I've seen quite a fair few people using this car, and possibly it might make it a little bit more competitive than previously. The Megane Trophy has seen a PP improvement of 1.45, a slight max power improvement, but no weight reduction. I remember this thing was really good in GT Sport. Would be nice to see the smaller hatchback saloon cars come through and be quite competitive. The Subaru WRX has had a little bit of an improvement, 0.19 pp improvement, but it's had a -5 kilograms weight reduction. It's a four-wheel drive car. Some people get on with them. I'm not particularly great with them, but this could be a competitive car with its improvements. Now, these are the two that I'm most interested in. The Suzuki Swift has had a PP improvement of 0.52. It's had a weight reduction of -5 kilograms, and it's already a very light weight car. It's actually the lightest weight car out of all of the cars in the GT4 class. This could see this car potentially being a front runner in the GT4 races. Yes, it's another FF car, but it's a lot more fun than the Mazda, and I think it's definitely an improvement that we welcome. And one that I am very, very excited for. What a beautiful car the Scirocco is. It's had a PP improvement of 1.23 and a weight reduction of -12. I think this could be one of the best cars in the GT4 category. It is another FF car, but it's much more fun and easier to drive than the Mazda. It has one of the highest PPs. I definitely think it's going to be a car on tight circuits, not so many straights. This might be the car for you. And now for the nerfs. And there's some big ones, starting off with the AMG, which has had a PP reduction of -0.73, and they've added 11 kilograms onto this bad boy. It's probably going to make it a little bit meh. I didn't particularly use it in GT4 class. Kind of a little surprised that they have nerfed it so much, but there we have it. The GT by Citroën has had a -0.43 reduction and a weight gain of 6 kilograms. Another one I've never really tried. Can't really see why they did nerf it. It wasn't particularly an OP car, but still, they've nerfed it. Many people are going to be sad about this one, including myself. The Ferrari 458 has taken quite a big nerfing. Its PP has been reduced by -2.06, max power minus by 4, and it's had a weight add-on of 5 kilograms. Now, I wouldn't have said this car was particularly OP, but seriously? This was a good car, and I think a lot of people chose to drive it because it's quite easy to drive, it's fast. It's just a lovely overall car. Kind of sad that they've nerfed this one. It still will be competitive, but I just don't think it's going to be the one that you go for example, Brazil, where it's pretty strong. The GT4 NSX has also taken a nerf -0.60 on the PP, so not too much there, but an 8 kilogram add-on to weight. Poor little Honda. The Hyundai Genesis has also taken a nerf, -0.49 on PP and -4 on max power. However, it has had a weight reduction of -15. Now, I think we can all agree that nerfing a Jag is just wrong and it shouldn't be allowed. However, Gran Turismo have decided that the Jaguar should have -0.39 pp and have 5 kilograms added on. The Mazda Atenza has also had a slight nerf, -0.37 on the PP and 5 kilograms added in weight. Another nerf I'm not particularly happy with, the 650S McLaren. What did it do to you? Seriously, minus 2.15 reduction in its PP, minus 4 max power, and 0.4 minus on max torque. It's had 5 kilograms added. It's still a pretty high PP, but there are just others that are just going to outclass this and outperform it. A real shame, because I do feel that this was the most balanced car overall, and it was definitely my go-to on the GT4s. The RCZ has also taken a nerf, minus 1.50 on the PP, minus 3 max power. It hasn't taken a weight reduction, but this thing has taken quite a nerf over a period of time. Probably wasn't that competitive before this nerf, and probably isn't as competitive now. The Toyota 86 has also seen a massive nerf, minus 0.72 on its PP, but it's had 10 kilograms added in weight. Has also seen a nerf, minus 0.68 on PP and 11 kilograms added. That's it for the GT4s. Some that I'm okay with, some that I'm not too much. I'm never going to forgive you for the McLaren nerf. It's unforgivable. Onwards to the GT3 category, we have seen a fair few nerfs, but we're going to start off with the Vantage Aston Martin, which has had improvements of 1.88 pp and a max power improvement of 12, but it's had a weight added on of 21 kilograms. So where they've added a little bit for it, made it a little bit more competitive, they've kind of dimmed that by adding a bit of weight. The R8 Evo has seen an improvement of 2.05 on its PP and a weight reduction of minus 19. This could be a very good car. It did have improvements on the last update in January. This could be one of the competitive cars. I'm definitely going to give it a try. The GT by Citroën GT3 has had a PP improvement of 2.16 and a weight reduction of minus 25. Now this thing is quite lightweight already, but with that weight reduction, potentially another competitive car for the GT3s. Improvements for the Viper, 1.10 improvement on PP and a weight reduction of minus 14. I know quite a lot of people enjoy driving the Viper. I, however, would lose it on a straight. They nerfed the 458 GT4, but they've added 1.74 pp for the GT3 version and reduced its weight by 20 kilograms. The NSX GT3 has had a slight improvement on the PP, 0.47, with a weight reduction of minus 5 kilograms. One that I approve of, the 650S GT3 has had a 0.48 pp improvement with a slight weight reduction of minus 5 kilograms. And the Evo GT3 has had an improvement of 1.00 in pp and it's had a weight reduction. Now this bad boy is heavy. It's had a minus 14 kilograms reduction, but it's quite a powerful thing and I would absolutely love to see this thing being competitive in GT3 races. The Renault RS01 has seen improvement of 2.17 and a weight reduction of minus 14. The Subaru WRX has seen a PP improvement of 0.74 and it's also had a weight reduction of minus 10 kilograms. Its mate, the BRZ, has seen a PP improvement of 1.52 as well as a max power improvement of 4. It's not had a weight reduction, but it's still quite a competitive car in itself. And the little Suzuki VGT has seen a PP improvement of 0.03. It has had some power reduction, minus 6 on the max power, but it's also had a weight reduction. And whilst it's also a little bit of power, that weight reduction really just minimises that. Now on with the nerfs. Now this is kind of a nerf. The 4C has had a PP nerf of minus 0.34. It's had a max power reduction of 6, but it's had a weight reduction of minus 15. So with it already being a very small car, potentially that's not really affected it massively. The AMG 16 and the AMG 20 have both taken slight nerfs. The 16 has had a PP reduction of minus 0.59 and added on weight of 5 kilograms, and the AMG 20 has had a minus 0.46 on the PP and another 5 kilograms added. Both the M6 Endurance and Sprint cars have seen a little bit of a nerf, minus 0.38 for the Endurance and a minus 0.37 for the Sprint. They've both had 6 kilograms added on in weight. The Corvette has taken a slight nerf in PP, minus 0.19. It's also had a max power reduction of 6, but it's lost a little weight, minus 15 kilograms. That could balance it out a little bit, but overall the Corvette is a bit of a handful, so I don't know if this is going to be a very competitive car to use, unless you've got skill. The Ford GT 2018 has also had a slight PP reduction of minus 0.35, a max power reduction of minus 5, but it's had a weight reduction of minus 15 kilograms, which means its power to weight ratio is actually slightly improved. The Hyundai Genesis has seen a slight reduction in PP, minus 0.67. It's had a max power reduction of minus 6, but it's had a weight reduction, minus 20 kilograms, meaning its power to weight ratio is slightly higher. The F-Type Jag has seen a minus 0.17 reduction in PP and a minus 6 on max power. It has, however, had a weight reduction of minus 15. The Lamborghini has seen a PP reduction of minus 1.02, a max power reduction of minus 6, but it's had a weight reduction of minus 20 kilograms, which means its power to weight ratio has slightly improved. I would really love to see this car be more competitive. It's absolutely stunning and I would like more opportunities to race it and be competitive. I'm guessing that PD have had a massive fallout with Mazda because not only did they nerf the Mazda 3, they've nerfed the Atenza, the RX-V and the RX-V ST. The Atenza taken a minus 1.77 PP reduction with a minus 6 on max power but no weight reduction. However, the max power to ratio has been minus by 4.4. The RX-V and the RX-V ST have taken a PP reduction of minus 0.82 and both have taken a weight gain of 5 kilograms. The GTR 13 and the GTR 18 you can see on screen have also taken a nerf. The GTR 13 has a minus 1.54 PP with a max power reduction of minus 6. And the GTR 18 has seen a PP reduction of minus 2.16 with a weight gain of 5 kilograms. This is quite the nerf on a car that's used quite a lot in GT3 races. It's also one of my favourites, so I'm really sad to see they've nerfed a car that overall is probably one of the best performing cars in GT3. The RCZ GT3 has taken a slight nerf in PP, minus 0.28, and a max power reduction of minus 5. However, it's also taken a weight reduction of minus 15. It's not one of the lightest cars on the grid, but it's nice to see that potentially the Peugeot could be competitive in the GT3s. And this one has got me questioning, is this a nerf or isn't it? The Beetle, minus 0.06 PP. It's had a max power reduction of 6, but it's had a weight reduction of minus 20. Now overall its PP isn't the highest, but that weight reduction is going to have an effect. The power to weight ratio is up by 1.4. Now on tricky circuits where corners are a big deal, this could be the underdog on the field. The OP car of GT3 has taken quite the nerf. Its PP has been reduced by minus 1.99, max power minus 5, and it's had a weight reduction of 5 kilograms. It did take a reduction last update. They are trying to make it a bit more less OP. It kind of sticks it in the realm of everyone else, so I could really see this car not getting as much use as it has done previously. Let me know in the comments section if you've enjoyed this update, if you like the new cars, and if you are happy to see the improvements to the cars GT3 and GT4. And if you did find this video helpful, or even if you enjoyed it, please make sure to like and subscribe for more Gran Turismo 7 content.